Argylle. Argylle is the latest film from director Matthew Vaughn, who directed the Kingsman series, Kick-Ass, and Stardust. The guy definitely knows how to direct action, but we all can have a bad day at the office. Argylle centers on a reclusive author played by Bryce Dallas Howard, who realizes that her series of spy novels mirrors actual real-world events. But what will the final chapter be? The film has an incredible cast, including Bryce Dallas Howard, Henry Cavill, Bryan Cranston, and Sam Rockwell. But they aren't able to do anything with the uninspired story and characters that they're playing. Sam Rockwell is definitely the standout of the film. His comedic chops are great, and he is one of the shining lights of the film. But even Sam Rockwell's performance is not enough to make this movie enjoyable. One of the major problems with Argylle is that the characters don't really have arcs, and they just serve to move the plot forward. The film doesn't really give you an anchor or anything to care about. The action is mostly bland, save a few sequences, and there are some really terrible uses of CGI, specifically in those action sequences, which made things feel very unreal. But the biggest sin of this movie is its tone. It wants to be violently comedic in the way that better films like The Gentleman, Deadpool, and Bullet Train are, but the film really fails at finding its own voice. I think it definitely would have benefited from having a hard R rating and going over the top with some of that violence. I think it would have made the comedic beats hit a little bit better, but I'm not sure if even that would have saved the movie. It's PG-13, it's fine, it feels very safe. The tone is all over the map, and Argylle can't decide if it wants to be a spy thriller or an action comedy, and it ends up failing at both. This is partly due to the fact that we simply don't care about these characters. If you just take a look at the poster for a second, Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard, the two leads of the film, are in the third row. Kind of an afterthought. Another huge issue with Argylle is that there is far too much exposition. Alright, so let me explain to you exactly what's been going on this whole time. There is a 10-minute sequence where one character is explaining to another character what has happened so far and why it's happened. The tell rather than show approach is on full display here, and it doesn't make for a compelling film, even if you have great actors delivering the dialogue. The twists and turns are telegraphed from a mile away. The film doesn't feel like it has any real stakes or anything interesting to say. There's no emotional connection, deep themes, or really anything to grab onto. Except for John Cena's muscles. Now, not every film needs to have that, but even straight up comedies like Knocked Up, or straight up action films like the John Wick series, they make you feel something. And I think that's why we go to the movies, to feel something and to be taken on a journey. This movie just makes you want to go get more popcorn. At the end of the day, Argylle is not really worth watching in the theaters or even streaming when it comes to Apple TV Plus. I would definitely skip this one. Oh, and that's another thing. The amount of product placement in this film from Apple was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, no, I can't FaceTime right now. I'm in the middle of a review. If you dig these reviews, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.